Yeah, so including the first game today and the game from yesterday and the game from the day before that, it's like I was on like four or not four, three last places in a row. Then I got a third place, and now a second place. I'm moving up in life. All right, so a bit quick game. Yeah, not that many notes actually. So first note, East 1. Should I Adama here? So I got to Tenpai on 8th turn. And if I can draw... Ugh. The improvements actually aren't that great. If I can draw a 4-mon, I can improve to Pinfu, Dora, Ipeko, which isn't bad. I can also take in the 3-mon Dora at that point. I can Riichi right now. There's one 9-mon left, which I could technically still get, but that's a bit of a stretch. Or I could stay Dama with 3,900 points. So, generally, I don't know, maybe I actually should reach. Reach Itsumo. Actually, maybe I should reach here. The reason why is because even if I don't reach, 6-mon is kind of difficult to come out. I mean, it can come out, but it's still kind of difficult to come out. It's a little bit easier, I think, because 3-mon's the Dora, so if they do get a 3-mon, and they might switch if they have, let's say, a 4, 5, 6, draw 3, drop the 6. But generally speaking, 6-mon is a pretty difficult tile to come out regularly because it's really easy to use. Because that's the case, especially middle rounds, if nothing is out yet, like the 3-mons or the 6-mons, people are going to be pretty suspicious of that Suji and maybe not drop it anyway unless they're pushing with something. Now, if we take that and we can look at what we would get if we just reach it right now. So if we reach it right now, dealer reach is a pretty big deterrent to people. Unless you have a very nice safe path, which actually is possible because we have like a 5-so, a 2-pin, a 5-pin right here. You're generally gonna like not jump in front of the dealer to fight because that's pretty scary. Dealer comes packing and they hurt. So what that means is people are less likely to deal into you, but you are more likely to get some more draws here. Which is actually pretty important, because now if we do Riichi, we get Riichi, Ipeko, 1 Dora. Sumo brings us up to basically a Mangan, 12,000 points almost, which is pretty huge. Not to mention, we have pair, 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 which if we hit Ura and we hit Sumo with any of those, then this can even go up to an 18,000 point hand, which is pretty good. Of course, the 8s are dead, so goodbye 9. But 7 and 6ers technically still alive from our viewpoint. Considering that, it actually might be okay to reach. Like, if I wasn't dealer here, it might be better to stay Dama. But because I am dealer here, I'm more inclined to reach, is how I feel. Plus, even if I do stay Dama, the hand is only 3,900 points. It's not that big of a game changer. Whereas if with Riichi, it's at least 7-7 if they deal in, or with Sumo, it goes up to 11-6. My win rate probably won't change as much either, considering that's a 6-mon as well. And also, it stops other people's hands because the dealer reach is a very big deterrent, so I should actually probably reach this. Now that I think about it. I was thinking like, oh yeah, this is a great chance for Dama, but I mean, if not all the 9s are dead, if like all 9s I could still not see, yeah, that might be okay. I mean, if I get like a 9-mon and Riichi on the red 5 Sozu, like with the 8-mon weight, that'd be so amazing. But right now they're dead. So the only thing that we can hope to upgrade in this hand is the 4. Except at that point, that's the same amount of tiles that we need to that we have to win as well. 4 of the 6 Monzus, so I think Riichi at this point is actually better. If we're not dealer here, we should probably stay Dama, because 6-mon is really hard to come out, and people generally will push to a non-dealer reach. And they'll push, but they won't necessarily push everything. They'll push, like, for instance, Suji, they'll drop the 2-so, they'll drop the 8-so, they'll drop, you know, stuff over here. They might do early Matagi, drop the 3-so, maybe drop the 7-so. But they probably won't drop the Musuji 3-6 Manzu of the Dora. Which is why non-dealer reach right here is kind of iffy, but for dealer, I think it's okay. That's fun. Alright, next up. South 2-0. Oh, this one. This one was very questionable. Very, very, very questionable. Very, very, very questionable. Should I reach here? I was thinking the Riichi actually doesn't seem that bad. 3-pin. 2-so I'd have to fight with, but Riichi, 2 Dora. Waiting on the 3-pin. I could technically drop the 3-pin and Riichi on the 2-3 Sozu, which actually might not be bad either. It's furry 10, but it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tiles still from my perspective. But yeah, I kind of like the 3-pin better. The 3-pin looks amazing here. Like early 4-pin right here, 4-pin, 4-pin, 5-5-5-pin right here. Early 2-pin, 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 1-pin, 1-pin, 1-pin. Like 3-pin looks really good. I don't know if it's actually as good as it seems. But yeah. Humda agrees. The dealer reach seems good. Yeah. What's up, Nils? Alright, so yeah, should I reach you this? Now, the 2 Dora makes it pretty nice because it's like 5,200 points. I guess the biggest question here, if I do want to take like a 2-so and reach on the 3-pin, like how actually good is the 3-pin? Like if someone has like an Anko or something, I'm screwed. So this guy dropped a 2-pin early on, and then they later dropped a 5-pin. What does that mean? It can mean a lot of things. They probably didn't have like a 2 and a 3-pin and then drew a 5-pin and then dropped a 2-pin for it, because in that case, you know, the Ryeonmin is a lot better, right? They could have had, on the other hand, like a 2, 3, and 4, and then drew a 5 and dropped the 2. But that's also weird, because this early on, you're usually not going to drop Yon Renkei. So if I had to guess, they probably don't have the 3 from this 2-pin drop right there. Or at least whenever they did drop the 2-pin, they probably didn't have a 3. Now, they could have instead had maybe like 3, 3, 3, and like a 2 and other pairs in their hand. And that would be unfortunate, which is technically possible, but for runs, it doesn't actually seem that they have like a 3-pin. They did keep this 5 later on, so they have probably stuff connected to that, but the early 2-pin leads me to believe that unless it was in a connected run, they probably didn't have a 3-pin, and dropping Yon Renkei this early on is unlikely, so probably not. This person dropped a 4-pin very, very early on. Now that could have been a trick weight right there. And they probably got a very early Tempai as well, as we can see from their Sumogiris. But that doesn't necessarily... well, yeah, this can tell us anything if they were Tempai this fast. Yeah. This over here is also kind of interesting. They dropped a 2 and a 1, and then followed up with this. This could either mean that they had, let's say, an Anko of the 3s, and they were working outward, or they had, let's say, a 4 and a 5 in their hands, and then they started with the 2, because they already could use the 3-6. So 3 actually kind of looks okay right here as well. So this is why I was like, 3-pin looks really good. Yeah. Yeah. So, is it actually as good as I think it is? I don't know. Let's see. Oh, it's almost as good as I thought it was, except they had 2 right there, so it's actually kind of bad. Wow, this one is actually really good. 3 of the 2-sos are still on the wall, and then, like, 1 of the 3-sos. That's cool. Yeah, so... Wait, why did this guy drop... What is this guy doing? What? What? Wait, Wait, what is up with this guy? Did he like lose his head or something? Wait, what? I'm so confused. Are they like tilting hardcore or like what? Because this just seems really bad. I guess they were like forcing Chanta. And then later on they're just like, wee! Just full on fold to the dealer from pretty early on. The Forso is weird though. At least everything after the 8-pin kind of makes sense. Because it's like, okay, safe tile to the dealer, safe tile to the dealer, safe-ish tile to the dealer, safe-ish tile to the dealer. Like, they're just folding at this point to the dealer's hand. Maybe I should have been folding too. I kind of like pushed the 3-sos and the 2-sos. I was really scared of the Manzu tiles, and that's kind of like what I thought it was. Luckily, it was the Manzu tiles that they were waiting on, but I did not think that it was just double tone Dora Dora. I thought they had like potentially going for like Manzu Honitsu or something, but yeah, so this was kind of dangerous.
Eat.
Yeah. I guess considering that the Richi's or the dealer is also technically a very, very, very scary person right here, and they're clearly pushing, I probably should not take this. Even dropping the 2-so right here is kind of iffy. But what other tiles do I have for them? I can drop the 1-mon. That was the one I was keeping my eye on, but yeah. Aside from that, I don't have that many safe tiles for both the dealer and Toyman. That's hard. That's difficult. Hamda says, I would reach you on the 2-so. Seems hard to win otherwise. I guess the big question here is, like, do we want to win? If that makes sense. Like, Toyman and reach is one thing, but technically, because our double east friend over here is pushing as well, from very early on, even if I didn't notice them in Tenpai before, like, 1-pin, technically not 1-chant, or early Matagi, that's kind of whatever. 8, okay, that's kind of scary. Yeah. Yeah. That might not be a good fight to jump into. That's kind of hard to say since we only have one good tile between the two. And 3-pin kind of looks fun. Yeah. Alright, next up. East 2-1. 6 turn, 8th turn. Or 6, 7, 8th turn. Yeah, this one. So I was like, I kind of want to drop the 5-so because, like, 4-so's already one out. So even if I get, like, a 6-so, that's kind of iffy. 4 is really great, but there's not many left. 3 is pretty iffy as well. So this has a lot more Kutsuki potential. I can get a 2, I can get a 4 right here, and I'd be very happy. If I drop the 5 as well, I can get the 3-pin, I can get the 1-pin, I can still get stuff over here. I could potentially get, like, Rion Peiko. So yeah, I dropped that. But then I drew the red 5, and now it's like, track back or not track back? So I could throw out right here the red 5 again, keep what I got. Or I could basically backtrack And if I do get like the 3 or the 6, take that, add the Dora into my hand. So yeah, what should I do? In the game, I'm like, shiny red Dora cannot drop, but I feel as though I probably should have actually dropped it. The Rion Peiko chance right here was pretty good still. Plus, the Kutsuki Tenpai is pretty good. Any Tenpai I get with, like, the 5, I'm going to be sad with anyway, because it's either going to be a bad weight or it's going to be free 10. So yeah, I should probably actually drop the 5-mon here. Yeah. Okay, next. And then I got the 1-so, and at this point, I'm like, should I reach or should I not reach? Value-wise, it's like on the cusp of okay reach. Weight-wise, not the greatest weight, but not the worst weight. There's a 3-mon right there. Though I can't see much information for lower 3-mon out. Like, I can't see any, aside from the 3 that just came out, I can't see any 1s, 2s, 3s, or 4s out on the field. Which makes it seem a lot more likely that the 2-so is probably potentially being used in people's hands, which is really bad for me. Not to mention, this is kind of a random aside, but I don't have any Sozu tiles in my discards, so it's kind of hard to come out, even if they are kind of pushing. They might, say, okay, I'm okay with anything like in Pinzu or Manzu, but I draw the line here at this 2 Sozu. Or any Sozu tiles that they're not comfortable with. So yeah, I don't think reach here is actually maybe that good of an idea. Yeah. Probably better not to. In actuality, how good is that read right there? Because I can't see any 1s, 2s, only 1, 3, and no 4s, that 2-so is more likely to be used in people's hands. Let's find out. Wow, it's perfectly in the wall. This guy had like no lower. This guy can use the 2-so if they draw it, and they'll be in Tenpai with 2 Dora. This person can't use the 2-so in their hand either. Interesting. Yeah, how is the weight itself? Like, Dora 1 or like 1 Yaku plus Richi with a bad weight as non-dealer is very, very, very not questionable, but it's like just on the line of being okay. But sometimes you want to probably avoid that. For instance, if let's say the Dora is like, I don't know, the 6 Sozu, and you're waiting on the 5 Sozu weight, like the Dora indicator. It's a bad weight. Your hand isn't that much worth, and it's kind of iffy. This hand right here is kind of interesting, though, because, like, unlike a hand that's just, like, Dora and then, bad weight Tenpai, we have a Yaku, so it's not like we have to reach this. We could just stay quiet and then, like, win with our 2 Sozu, even without reaching, which is a possibility. Oh, so yeah, do we reach here or not? Honda says, I didn't understand why you kept the 3-so in the first place. It was so lonely. Oh, yeah, the 3-so is because right now we have like this right here, so if we get a 4 or 2, we're really happy. We get basically, it's like Pinfu Dora 1, except it's like Pinfu, what's this called? Ipeiko. So, compared to like the lone 5, like the only draw that we are sad about if we lose the 5 is basically if we draw the red 5. Anything else is kind of whatever. Like Chitoitsu, they have like the same. For Mensu hand though, which is what we want, we're gonna keep this around for the Peiko chance, or Rion Peiko chance. But like if we draw a 4, that's pretty great because then we have 3-sided weight. But there's only 1 left. If we draw a 3, that's really sad. If we draw a 6, that's not bad. It's not the greatest weight ever. It's waiting on a 4 and a 7. 4s are already, we can see 3 of, so it's technically only waiting on like 5 tiles, and 4-7 is a pretty hard pull. Whereas, in comparison, if we draw like a 2 right here, 1 4-weight is amazing. Like 1 Sozu is awesome. Even like a 4 Sozu, 2 5 Sozu is pretty awesome. 5 Sozu is the red Dora, and 2 Sozu is easy to come out. So that's why in this case, a lone 3 So is better than the lone 5 Mon here. So yeah. Should I reach you this? Maybe. Maybe not. I sent this picture to Kazi, and he's like, "Oh, that's gross." It's like, yeah. So I'm asking Kazi on some of the questions that I looked at in this game as well. They agree with the Ricci on the first one. They think the second one is a very weird situation. And for this one, they're like, ooh, maybe you should break it up. That's an interesting choice. They said, I just like dropping the red Dora and locking yourself into Ricci that requires flipping Ura. I'm like, it requires? We don't need the Ura. I can get Ipatsu instead. What are you talking about?
Eat.
Yeah, that one's gross. Yeah, he likes dropping back, but I personally don't like that. Mainly because it's already this. If it was like earlier, maybe, but we're already on the 7th turn. We can only see one Dora. Toyman's already like called something, so I don't think we have the luxury of dropping back into I'm sorry, not even at the 7th turn. This one's at the 8th turn. I'm sorry. Hmm. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Dropping Shanten, or specifically dropping back out of this Tempai, especially even if we don't want to reach it, like we can still just like take the Dama Tempai at this point. I think is better than dropping back and trying to use the Red Dora. It's already mid game. Someone's probably in Tempai. Toyman's probably in Tempai. Someone else is probably going to hit Tempai soon, potentially. And there's no Dora in sight, so aside from just this one that we have, that's still 6 unaccounted for Dora, so that's kind of difficult. Yeah, I can see not reaching here, but I don't know. Dropping back to use the 5-mon seems really bad. Mainly because the only tiles that we can like effectively use the 5-mon with and be like happy with ourselves is just the 4-mon and the 6-mon. So a grand total of 5 tiles. As you know from Chitoitsu, even if you have like 9 tiles, like 1 Shanten, it still takes an average of like 14 turns to draw those, so it's pretty bad. Not to mention, because there is 6 Dora that we're missing right here, even just a Kawashite of just like Ron 1000 points is pretty huge right here. Not necessarily for your points, but for the points that you would be expected to like win/lose right here, it's pretty big. Mainly because if someone else does have all those Dora right now, you're kind of in a bad situation. Yeah. I mean, if it was like the first row, 5th turn, maybe even, probably, but like it's already the 8th turn. Like, Toyman is most probably If not in Tenpai, at least like one Shanten. The other two people, I don't know. Kamicha looks kind of slow. Shimocha actually looks kind of slow as well. The lack of door is the concerning thing here, though. Yeah. Dropping back down to Shanten is difficult. If you had like a better shape to use it in, maybe. But like only 5 potential tiles that you're actually happy with, that just seems really difficult. Yeah, it seems really difficult. Okay. Anyway, that's the last of my notes that I have on this game, so I'm going to be jumping into one more game for the night. So, thanks for watching, and I'll be on again in 5 minutes.